Hello people! Welcome to the Real Estate Real Talk YouTube channel. The majority of real estate investors are already acquainted with the concept of house flipping. To put it simply, Real Talker, you purchase a house, make a few adjustments, and sell the house for a profit. A number of investors take the leap of upgrading a home and merely renting it out prior to potentially selling the property in the future. If you want more of this content, subscribe to the Real Estate Real Talk YouTube channel. Another lesser-known investing tactic involves an identical process, but with land. While land flipping may not be for everyone, it provides a great opportunity for individuals seeking to diversify their portfolios or get started in real estate investing. What is land flipping? Land flipping is just like it sounds. You buy a raw land and then turn around and sell it for a profit. This model is identical to the model used by house flippers, excluding the house. Unlike house flipping, there are not many competing for properties. To date, there are not any HGTV shows following land flippers around. A number of land flippers could suggest that this is because land flipping is not as lucrative as house flipping. But such people most likely are not aware of the whole story. Flipping vacant land is one of the most misinterpreted and overlooked ways to earn money in real estate. It is also one of the best. There is simply nothing better than flipping vacant land. Although flipping land has been the avocado toast of the real estate world, let's be real. Flipping houses is costly, taking into account the renovation cost, property price, and all the other surprises that come with turning that turd into a gem. Usually, the stress is not worth the reward. But if you are really adamant about some good old-fashioned flipping, have no fear. Vacant land is here. You may flip vacant land for less money, time, and effort. You could make some serious real estate profit. But first, here are the advantages of flipping land. First, low cost of entry. If you only have $1,000 cash, you may become a property owning investor with vacant land. Next, never leave your couch. From the comfort of your own home, vacant land may be bought, flipped, and sold. No property visit is required. This translates that you could flip land in multiple states with the click of a mouse. Next, not costly to keep. Property taxes are minimal on vacant land. Even if you have to hold on to your land for a long time waiting for the right buyer, you would not break the bank. Next, easy paperwork. Vacant land is regularly purchased and sold in cash. This means much fewer paperwork. Next, better profit margins. Vacant land, unlike houses, could at times double or even triple your investment. If you spend $2,000 on a piece of land and turn around and sell it for $4,000, that's a 100% margin. Next is continuous income stream. Paying cash for your land offers you the chance to offer financing when you sell. That is an opportunity to collect monthly payments for years. Next is mortgage-free. Vacant land that has not been improved is mortgage-free. This leaves you more money in the bank to buy you more land. Land flipping could be one of the least difficult and most lucrative ways to get into real estate investing. Raw land is much less costly than buying an apartment unit, house, or commercial property. That means you don't need a large amount of capital and there is less susceptibility to failure. When done in the correct manner, land flipping also has amazing profit margins. There are far fewer secondary costs, including paying for inspections, making repairs, and so on. The life cycle of land flipping. Investors use various ways of flipping land, but there is a relatively standard life cycle that every negotiation goes through. Here is how you could participate in the land flipping game. Number 1, do your homework. If you are only getting started with flipping land, You would need to take some time to navigate through more than one market. Not all areas will have the same types of land available in the same price range. The objectives is to pick the type of land you are seeking to flip. This translates that you also need to identify any state or local laws that could apply to zoning, vacant land transactions, and etc. You also need to set your budget for the negotiation. Number 2, pick your target. There are numerous kinds of land that you could buy. The first involves land that surrounds or is near paths of growth. The majority of cities have easy to identify or predictable pathways of growth. As the population increases in urban areas, people will seek the suburbs to evade overcrowding. If you could reliably predict where demand for land is coming, you could possibly get in early enough to buy future desired land at a great price. Identifying growth paths is a skill that involves having a grasp on market trends, population dynamics, and more. If you guess wrong, you may end up with land that is not in actual demand. Another choice to target for your land investment is something known as an infill lot. Infill lots are gaps in areas that are already developed. Imagine driving down the road and seeing commercial buildings or houses on every lot of the block except one, or witnessing a large piece of raw land between two existing properties. This land is called an infill lot. Infill lots could also be more major pieces of land around new construction areas. Developers and companies will purchase large amounts of land to build planned communities with multiple houses. Infill lots could be areas near such new communities where a person might want to add commercial properties in service of the new homes. They could even be used for residential areas that will attract people who want to live near but not in the fresh neighborhoods. You may need to research what kind of land is available and how it can be developed. Where the land is located and what surrounds it might dictate how it can be used. Such elements will directly impact the market value of the property. A final choice is a recreational land. This is usually rural land that is yet to be zoned for development. Because it does not have a particular designation, a buyer has a chance to use the land for hobbies including fishing, hunting, camping, hiking, and more. Properties that could be used for recreation and are in proximity to a growing city are distinctly good choices to flip. Number 3, contact the owner. When you find a property with prospects, it is time for the difficult part, getting it under contract. The initial step is to reach out to the owner. The majority of the county or state websites could distinguish who owns a property by simply entering the parcel number, address, or other information. When you are aware of who owns a property, you could look for their contact information. If the land is listed on propertyonion.com, then you may use our skip trace service in order to find their email, phone, and mailing addresses. In a number of cases, the land is already listed for sale, thus the owner is anticipating making a negotiation. In other scenarios, you may have to make a pitch. You need to be assertive with your goals. A number of landowners may be dubious to work with an investor, and no landowners like to be hoodwinked. Land flippers use some methods in order to start a conversation with landowners. A number of land flippers target multiple properties through a mass mail campaign. Others attempt to get the owners on the phone, while some will just enter your doorstep. Number 4, get the property under contract. Allocate time to crunch the numbers in order to ensure that you could not merely stay under budget on your negotiation but turn a worthwhile profit. The objective is to buy the land for less than the actual market value. Distinguishing the market value for land is harder than it is for a house. To determine the value of a house, you could often just look at similar houses in the same area in order to create a surmised value. When using a sales comparison method for land is certainly possible. The available data may not be readily available or recent. If you are unsure how to surmise the value from land without comps in the area, you may use an application called Price Box. This app enables you to take data from websites such as Craigslist, Zillow, and LandWatch and think of data to help determine your decision. While surmising a land's market value is more of an art than a science, you need some data to back up your decision in order to set forth peace of mind. When you get the owner to agree on a price, you need to create a contract. In the majority of cases, you would not need to buy the land. The seller will sign an assignment contract that makes you a wholesaler, an individual who has the right to sell to another buyer. You still may have to make payments on the land if it does not immediately flip. So ensure you know what costs are linked with managing the property for a few months, a year, and more. If you choose to fully buy the land, maybe to build a house or to make a number of improvements, you will need to close on the property. Although you could complete the land purchase yourself, it is a rather complicated process. Unless you had the same encounter in the past, it is best to use a real estate lawyer or title company. Number 5, find a buyer. Now that you have the property in your possession or under your management, the next move would be to turn it around and sell it for a profit. How fast a property is sold is dependent on marketing efforts and the quality of your listing. Of course, you have to also take into account the kind of location, property, starting price, etc. In order to get started, develop a quality property listing. Gather good quality photos of the property, underscoring special elements that may be of interest. Write an enthralling listing that describes the property, potential uses, and so on. You may even develop a video to highlight the property. Post the property for sale in as many places as possible. This includes websites such as Realtor, Zillow, and Trulia. You may also work with a real estate agent in order to help increase your reach. However, keep in mind that an agent is going to receive a commission from the sale. Do not forget to post in Facebook groups to tell the neighbors. The more people that are aware that there is land for sale, the better. When you are on the verge of closing a deal with a property owner, it is important that you check in with an attorney to ensure your deal will go through. While negotiating a deal, it is especially important to consult an attorney if you are acting as a wholesaler, which is a person who buys properties for resale, because it is much more complicated than simply flipping houses. The returns are incredible. Investors often gain a great return on their investment in a single land deal. That does not transpire in any other asset class in real estate. If you want to see what a home run deal looks like, ask Seth Williams. Williams purchased a property for $500 and sold it for $25,000. That is a 4,900% ROI. It is unbelievable what is possible in the land flipping business. Purchase land. While you can do this from the comfort of your house, with a website such as Land Central, it's often increasingly more worthwhile to visit a location yourself and drive by the property to ensure that it will make an ideal home. Once you find the perfect property, it's time to make it your own by signing papers and including the necessary legal documents. Make it shine. Now it's time to get your hands dirty, or at least get creative. Depending on the property, sometimes raking up dead leaves, clearing out ugly plants, and putting markers where a driveway would go can help you see the potential in otherwise unwanted land. Offer easy financing. When marketing a property, offer financing options that are easily accessible and lure in more customers. Make the sale. With a land contract or contract for deed, it's easy to sell your property. Using online documents is an easy way of accomplishing this process and ensures the seller retains ownership until all payments have been made. Important documents are then signed over to the buyer once the sale is complete. Dance your way to the bank. It really is that simple. With a little money and effort, you can make some quick cash with low stress. Real estate investors who are typically nostalgic for houses overlook the lucrative opportunity in land flipping. Others may not want to take on new responsibilities. If you want to invest in real estate for profit or looking for an additional strategy outside of just buying and selling, land flipping is an ideal option. While it tends to go unnoticed, which means there is not a lot of people engaged in the game, if you know how to buy land, sell it quickly, and make money quickly, you will fulfill your financial goals in no time flat. While flipping a house is similar to flipping a piece of land, they are much different in their overall concept. Working with a real estate attorney would help you with the legal aspects, and you can use online advertisements to find someone who specializes in land for sale. If you would like to learn more about the ins and outs of land flipping, there are several reputable online courses and master classes such as the Land Profit Generator or REIT Tipster. If you are ready to jump right into the search for your perfect property, check out PropertyOnion.com's search tool. Did you know that you can buy land to explore when interest rates are low? There's never been a better time to start flipping land, so get on it. That's it for this video, Real Talker. Remember to subscribe to our channel, and if you feel like we have delivered value, please share this video with one person. That's right, just one person is a token of your appreciation for the hard work we put into making content that educates and helps you on your mission of building your own fortune. Remember, you can watch video after video, but it isn't until you actually take action that you will start to see results. See you soon.